Hey guys, it's July 27th, Monday. Got in the creek yesterday. Water's still really high. What I decided to do is just get into a kind of a area that was about maybe ankle deep and real calm, where I could see the bottom. Didn't have a whole lot of ripples in it, and I just worked that area. Just really slow and pretty hard, and I came up with some pretty nice things here and thought I'd go over them with you. Here's a little small axe head here, a little quartz piece. This has got a fair amount of mica in it, but pretty nice little piece. See where the back end's been worked down. Got some little clubs or hammers here also. This is a quartzite piece here. You can see the end here is really worn. This would have been an inserted piece, so this back end would have gone into a stick, and but a little small piece, but just a real small hammer or club. That was not a worn piece. That was used as a tool. You see the wear on it. Here's one of these duck head shaped pieces. I'm pretty sure this is an inserted piece also. This back end here would have been inserted. It's got a lot of wear on the tip. So that was some kind of club. That could have been a worn piece. See where they pecked it all off on the bottom there. Little duck head shaped piece. Here's another hammer or club. You can see the end of this thing is really worn. Again, another inserted piece. That one was just about worn out, I think. A little small hammer, a little small club. And here's a really nice chopper. Somebody put a lot of work into this. This is made out of what I call blue granite. Put a really nice beveled edge on it there. That's been ground down. Got a little dimple on the top here. You can see where it's been pecked off on the sides. Really nice polished piece. A little bit of garnets in it. It's been held like that and used a chop. And here's a piece that's got a bunch of grooves in it, and I don't know if this is a stone that was used to sharpen blades with or not. It's kind of like a grinding stone, but got a lot of wear, oil right here. That's probably where the thumb was, like right there. But it's quartzite, but you can see the grooves in this thing. I don't know. Maybe it was a grinder slash blade and point sharpener. I don't know. This gets to my polishing stones. It's a nice little quartzite piece here. Another one. Again, this culture up here, they polished everything they did, literally. Another one. This is a little bit of a more of a granular quartzite piece. Been held like that. Got the thumb notch right there. Flat as a pancake. Smooth as glass. Here's a larger one. This is more of a kind of a sandstone almost. It's like a quartzite and sandstone mix. This is a bigger tool. If it had been held like that, it could have been a left-hander. Here's a kind of an interesting piece here. There's your thumb groove right there. And I know this is a left-handed piece here, so this your left-handed thumb would go in there. One of your fingers up there, you can see where it's dark. It's dark in here from oils from the thumb. And then you can see the polishing surface there. This is granite. Left-handed polishing stone. And this kind of just looks like a rock. When you flip it over though, you can see here, this is a polishing edge here. Quartzite. Just don't ever know, you know, you see these laying on a gravel bar or whatever, and they just looks like rocks, and you flip them over, you can see where they've been used as a tool. It's as smooth as glass. Here's a pretty interesting pecking stone here. It's got mica on two sides. Real pretty. And very worn on the tip there. And that's typical in the pecking stones. You got the groove on the top where your finger goes. It's dimpled out. I think when they made these tools, if they could make them out of materials that were pretty, they would. And if they were somewhat durable, this is mostly quartz. They would do it. I think it just added a little something to their lives. Not real sure about this piece, but I think this is for maybe forming art or artwork on pottery. It's like just a little paddle. And I think this is the same thing. This is a little scribe here. It's probably used for putting art design on pottery. And I think this is probably either a high conditioner or a little pottery trowel. I talked about this in my last video. They would go inside the pot and smooth the inside of the pot out with a tool like this. But can have been used as a high conditioner. It's a little too blunt for a scraper. I think that's got a little bit of a break on the back end of it. Pretty piece. And this is a piece of soapstone. You can see it's got two facets on it, one right here and one there. It's very soft material, and I think what they use with this, is actually make a white paint for, for ceremonial type things, or, they would paint themselves with this work. They'd work up this paint on this soapstone and apply it to their skin. Pretty nice little hammerstone here, made out of quartzite, really worn. It's what I call a biscuit type. This was used quite a bit, really worn around the edges. And I think this is the one also. It's just a little bit different. This is regular quartz. You can see it's really worn on the edges. It's been tapered down a little bit right in here. But I think that's a hammerstone also. It would just be held like that, I guess. I don't know. You can see the wear on it right here, where the patina's kind of in through here, and that's really worn right there. And this is one of these little small quartz pecking stones. There's tons of them in the creek. We just hold them like that. See, the bottom's really worn. We put a good bit of work in this little stone. Here's another one even smaller yet. Dimpled out in the top. On the sides. Pretty worn on the bottom. It's all been chipped, flaked right here. Kind of got to be on the lookout for these little things. Here's a little braider. See where it's all been chipped out, flaked out in there. Packed out. Pretty nice one. Be held in the hand like that, and then you just run shafts through there and remove bark, knots and stuff and that like that off of it. Dimpled out here in the back a little bit, I don't know. And here's a big piece here. Not 100% sure on this one. I guess this possibly could have been hafted. Could have been a worn piece. I'm not real sure. It's awful thick, to be hafted, but see all the chip and flaking and pecking marks on this thing. I'm not 100% sure on this one. I don't know. All I know it was a tool of some kind. Doesn't have a whole lot of wear on the end. That's what kind of surprised me. And sometimes when they don't have any wear on the end, they were used for worn purposes. They weren't an everyday tool. And last but not least, this is, I don't know. This is just a finely polished piece here. And could be a game piece. I'm not sure on this one. But every inch of this thing is just finely polished. It's all like glass. It's that black stone. I don't know. Could be a polishing stone, but normally they don't polish, every bit of a polishing stone. It's usually the only thing that's polished is a polishing surface. So I'm not sure on this one. Alright guys, that's what I got tonight, and I hope you're doing well. Get back in the creek when I can and see what else I can come up with. I appreciate you guys tuning in.